Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade.
City.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's now.
and today we are here to do our live recap of the love that happens during the lockup, season 5, episode 25, y'all. And I believe what was it's called "Cut the Cameras," okay? And that probably did need to happen.
Hold up.
What?
No, don't hold up. My bad.
Okay. But yeah, y'all. If you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Let the algorithm know that we're here. Get an algorithm in and get all that stuff done while we run this intro. And then we're going to get back and get into this because we got some things to talk about. A lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Let's get shady. All right. So
Treese's favorite couple.
you know what? I can honestly say I'm never upset about getting Teenie and Rob. I'll admit that. I'm never upset about that. Now, if I had to get some of these other people, I'd be like, okay. But anyway, so yeah, we're kicking it off with Teenie and Rob. As you know, this is the one where he's watching her on camera 24/7 as he sits in the prison cell. Now, we know we left off where she was meeting with Miss Kate. That's what I'm going to call her, Miss Kate, okay? Miss Kate is urging Teenie to, please sit back down. Let's have a conversation like two grown people. And Teenie's not really trying to hear this because, as we know, she threw out the X and was like, oh, she was doing more for me than you ever was. So then Teenie had to set her straight. And first of all, I like how she was mature about it and was like, why should I even sit here and have a conversation with you when basically you came in loaded, locked and loaded, ready to just unload on my. And she was like, and I didn't come for that. So, and then she brings up how she's definitely done a lot more than his ex. And then gets into how she started this whole petition to get him out of jail earlier, and his own mama didn't even sign it. But yet she's sitting at the table arguing with her, talking about what she don't do. And then the mom,
I'm gonna need some more money.
Right. And then she's like, well, why don't you explain it to me so I can understand? And then maybe I feel a different way.
That was first of all of that. Because remember how she came in all high and mighty on her high horse? That was all a tactic to bring up, I need some more money.
And you know what's so crazy? That I really truly feel after we watched this whole scene, I really feel like she only wanted Teenie to sit back down so she could ask for more money. It wasn't trying to do all
that. Yeah. Oh, well, let's talk about it. Let's work it. Yeah. So, and that's why the conversation ended with, let's up that.
She said, I need my funds increased, okay, my balance. So then basically, yes, Miss Kate lets her know that her son was giving her an allowance. She needs more. Teenie just kind of shakes her head and says, whatever. She does apologize to Teenie and says she doesn't think that, her kids should be taking care of her. However, if they're capable, why wouldn't they? And we actually had this conversation on a personal level, but it's the entitlement for me. It's the entitlement for me. Because nobody should bring kids into the world so they can take care of them, right? That should never be the backup.
And also, we have to keep in mind that Teenie didn't know about it, but he is already taking care of her. He is already helping her out. She just wants more.
Yeah. So, and then the mother has the nerve to tell production off camera, oh, by the way, I might like her, but they're not there yet. After Teenie agrees to let Rob know that she wants some more money. So then she gets home and Teenie is fed up. It definitely reminded me of me. She pouring herself a good old glass of wine to unwind, okay, and decompress from her day. And then she's like, I'm really upset because Rob ain't even picked up the phone to call any other time. He on these cameras, he watching me. I always feel like Rob is watching me. That's okay. But now when he need to be on the line, he ain't nowhere to be found. He MIA. Okay. So she said, you know what? I got something for that. We ain't 15 minutes in yet, so I can't curse. But she got something for that arse. Okay. So she ends up.
Is that considered a curse?
Yeah. So she ends up going to unplug all the cameras and shutting it down. And I love when finally the phone rings. You know, I'm making phone ring sound, you know. And so he's like, yo, did you call the Verizon Wireless?
Get that fixed.
Cox Cable? Did you call them? Because I can't see you. And she was like, yeah, Nick, I know, because I did that shit. And I said, well, you know what it reminds me of?
You thought he was about to get irate, right? She was like, I needed a night to myself. He was like, he started to flip.
Right.
She was like, well, do you even want to know what happened with me and your mother? I was like, girl, he was ready to.
He was getting ready, but you know what it reminded me of? You remember when Jody called Yvette and was like, and he's like, somebody stole your car, baby. And she's like, I stole my car, Jody. I stole my damn car. Then we learned, and I was so happy this came out because I've been telling Nels this wasn't about meeting his damn mother. This big secret that he's holding. I said it had to be something very serious. And we come to learn that old boy got a whole portrait of his ex-girlfriend on the side of his arm that he's been hiding from Teenie this whole time. So he basically just talked to her like this all the time.
I feel like he had a couple secrets. Like it wasn't even just that. Yeah,
but that I told you. I said
that's only when he wasn't willing to tell.
Right. So he plans to try to get it covered up before they release his behind, or he said he'll just wait and deal with it when he gets home. And I said, I hate the audacity. Like, you know, I'm gonna be upset, but you know, I just deal with it when I get home.
Well, now he has another 2 months, so.
And then to add insult to injury, so then we also learned that apparently he's been talking to, I guess, his COs or whatever the case may be, lawyers, and they've been advising him that, you know, although, yeah, because I thought he was supposed to come home in like a week or two or something like that.
2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Right.
I think it was 3 weeks.
But apparently he was like, if I go on parole, and I will say this in his defense, he wouldn't have been able to travel. And unfortunately, anybody that has dealt with the system or knows about the system knows that parole in a way is kind of just a setup, because the first time you mess up, you're going right back to jail. So
my question is this though. So if he would have came home on parole, how long would he have been on parole? Since he only has to be locked up for an extra 2 months to not be on parole. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. That's a very valid
question.
So
if you were coming home and you were only going to be on parole maybe for a few months, you could have just came home and been on parole for just a few months.
I will say, based off of everything we know that Teenie is doing and everything she's going through and dragging them kids down there every weekend, I will say that, and what she say, eating vending machine food and sitting in the visiting with him, I absolutely understand why it would be. I don't care if you can't travel the first year or first 2 months or 6 months that we together. Mm-hmm. I need you here because I'm tired of coming to see y'all.
Yeah.
But shout out to Teenie for being
but he felt like, you know, that's something they would have agreed on. Because you think for me, apparently.
Look, shout out to Teenie for being a ride or die. Okay. Anything else on Teenie and Rob? Do you think that they're going to work? Well, actually, I've seen the pictures. I've seen them on TikTok. They are still together. We already know that. Sorry, spoiler. But if you go on TikTok, they have pictures. They are still together.
What's your definition of work? I mean, that don't mean it's gonna last forever and ever.
No, but apparently it is working out even after, unless he's still walking around the house like this and don't let him see like his other arm. I think that it'll, they still together. So apparently it's working. Now, granted, I'm sure we're going to follow them after the lockup and we're going to see them and watch their story and get more into it. But I don't know.
Hey, Lock Queen.
Oh, hey, Lock Queen. She always be popping in the comments. Hey, Lock Queen, I appreciate you. She's always on like the replay gang. I really appreciate that. And always making sure she let us know she stopped by to say hello. So next, you go ahead, girl. Go on, girl.
It's Ayana and Jamal.
She really act every time.
I didn't realize I had them.
Can I just say, every time
she make your ass itch?
We should play. She makes my ass itch. Oop, we only 10 minutes in, but anyway, she makes my itch, right? And
I didn't realize he was it was like almost a 10-year difference between them.
Yeah. You can't tell how she acts young as hell. Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't think he was super mature.
Well, we know anyway. So we should really at this point make a drinking game based off Ayana. Every time she says, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't talk to Jamal," so y'all, we should take a drink.
Bitch, we'll be drunk by the end of the game.
Right. We're gonna be in the first
by
10
the end
minutes.
Of the scene.
Right. It irritates me every time she says this because I'm like, why is that your main focus and not, to her mother's point, her kids and what she, and not driving while inebriated off the stuff? You can't just wait till you get. And then somebody else made a good point. I don't like when, and granted, to each his own, but I don't like when people smoke in their vehicle and then you run your kids around. Because now your kids smell like smoke because you've been in the car chiefing. And I'm sure you got to take them places and do things and go to. Anyway, I'll let you get into it because I'll go on a rant of all the things that she needs to fix about her life. She needs to go see.
Remember, she said she got her stuff together.
Ayana needs to go see Iyanla, okay?
All right, so Lexi, my girl Lexi, okay, came to pick up Ayana because that's her bestie, okay? Well, I'm sorry, her.
Lexi, you know what, Lexi? You need to go ahead and start an Uber because the way you walk around giving this girl rides like that.
I just want to know why Lexi ain't in Vegas with Jocelyn, or is that over? Like, or why you ain't wherever Jocelyn is? Are we done with the cabaret? Why are we back in the regular strip club? Because I'm gonna need some more funds. I'm gonna need you to be paying extra for me to
be back at the regular strip club, and we out here giving Uber rides to our friends.
Like, I'm a headliner now. I was on Jocelyn's cabaret. People know about me. Like, I don't know. I just, Lexi, what's going on? I need to know. Anyway, so, basically, yeah, she went to pick up her and her daughter, Amira, I think it was. It's later. It's further down in my notes. If that ain't what it is, I got it right later. Okay. Now, she said, she got a lot of stuff to take care of. She got to get this money right. She got to get these funds right. She got for the son to need to go school shopping. Okay. And for her man, her little jailbird ass man, she got to make sure the funds is funny.
You're about to go to jail yourself. You got to leave your kids with your mama. Well, one of them already is with your mama. And then again, you're concerned about putting money on his books while you're.
Oh yeah, because she said because if he needs the money, he said if he needs the money, he gonna keep on reminding her when you gonna send that money. I hope she had enough money for herself too, because you need money on your books too.
Hey Joseph. Welcome.
So basically, then she got a video call. Apparently, I guess she's doing a video call. I don't know what the hell she got going on. Okay, but she basically somehow plans to be in two places at the same damn time, or really, she don't really give a damn. What she said was she gonna see her man, even if it means for her not to go to her sentencing, which makes no sense because she over here talking about how I'm speaking 2 weeks into existence. I need to get these 2 weeks. Girl, guess what? You missed that court date. You ain't gonna get no damn 2 weeks.
Not to mention,
he might give you more than the max.
Again, not to mention, why is the main focus seeing him, talking to him, and not doing your time and getting back to your kids and getting your life together? Make it make sense.
Charles, when I tell you she's giving F them kids.
You said what?
She gives F them kids.
She definitely gives F them kids. She does.
Okay, we 15 minutes in. I can go in now.
Go have at it.
So on the ride, Jamal called And Lexi on the phone basically giving him the business, like, I don't know how real this is. I don't know how genuine this is. Like, is this really going to last? Because every nigga she done dealt with before you, she thought was for real too. So you are not the only one. Okay? And Jamal basically feels like, he's like, well, I won't break her heart. You weren't listening, because what she said was, she took everything serious before you. This girl basically, it's giving she's a popper, okay? And basically, he said, listen, just tell your home girl to be ready to be a bridesmaid.
I mean, that was a good way to shut her up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, that was a good one, bro. I don't know, with the money.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let me say, listen, the fact that he's a homie hopper, okay? The fact that he's a homie hopper,
I wouldn't have put him on the phone with my homegirl.
Exactly. And look, she just sitting there chilling. Ayana just sitting there chilling. And Lexi, listen, I saw Lexi work. Okay? So, listen.
Did you hear when she was rushing? We got to hurry up and get there so I can get on this call. You know what?
If you was doing all your cleaning and stuff before I came to pick you up, and you ain't had me waiting around for your ass while you was packing and cleaning and shit, you wouldn't be rushing me to get to wherever the hell we need to be so you can get on this damn call. Anyways, so when she got to Lancaster, okay, she did get the call, okay, and then I guess her son got there too at the same damn time. All right, apparently, her mama been raising this boy since she was 17. She said she was battling a lot. She was a young mother. She was battling depression. And, they just got comfortable with the situation. So she like, fuck it, keep my son. I'm going to just be out here making more kids.
You know what that said to me? No, you got comfortable with the situation and not having to care for a child. Not what mama was clearly comfortable enough to go have another one.
Then her ass takes the video call into the bathroom, knowing damn well she ain't supposed to be showing no type of nudity. This girl gets on the call, shows her ass and titties, talking about, I'm your forever hoe. Girl, you want to see this?
That's how she wants to be viewed.
You want to see this man? That is a violation. They can block your ass from visiting, block your calls. You dummy.
Clearly, she doesn't understand. She clearly doesn't listen to the law. She thinks that everything is stupid. And now, don't get me wrong.
And nothing is her fault. That's out of my control. I said, and nothing is her fault. It's out of her control.
There's no accountability. That's why she really irritates me. So
then she let him know, the lawyer changed the court date. And it's supposed to be on the date that she's supposed to be visiting him. And he basically told her, listen, you the only chick I'm talking to now, but I don't know how long that's gonna last, because what the hell am I supposed to do in here when I can't talk to you?
And now she's starting to get worried because she realizes, oh shit, I might lose him like I got him.
So then the mom basically told, so then she told the mom, listen, I'm going to jail, and you taking care of Darian anyway, so I'm also going to need you to take care of Amira while I'm gone. Her mom said, girl, I need you to get your shit together. She was like, yeah, I was a young mother too, of two, and still did what the hell I needed to do. I worked my job, and look, I'm going to need you to get on that shit, okay? She was like, on top of that, you bring me a little baby, I'm going to have to take off of work. I'm not getting paid for that. You know what I'm saying? And I still got a house to run.
I don't think that little girl, she might be daycare age, but if old girl ain't paying for it because she's too busy sending her money to him, that she can't help her mother out and at least give her money for childcare so her mother can still do what she needs to do. And this is what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong, my mama ain't got my child for that long, but even when he goes with her for a certain amount of time, I make sure she's straight, she has the funds that she needs, because that's, even though she may want to watch her grandchild, that's not her responsibility. Like, as his mother, I'm supposed to set her up for success. Y'all, can y'all, this is itching, y'all. It's itching. That's what happens when we.
So the mama basically is complaining about how she ain't shit. She ain't got her stuff together. Okay. And this girl saying, what you want me to do? It's out of my control. Why are they pulling me over for being high? Driving while high? She said, girl, stop doing the dumb shit you doing and be more responsible. Okay, because I ain't gonna be here to always pick up the pieces. Sure, I told her, you my mama, you need to be. I said, you know what?
The entitlement of it all.
I said, you know what? Just how she told Lexi, hurry up and get to where the hell we going. It's giving you my goddamn Uber driver. So do what the hell I would have been so done. Listen.
You reminded me of that TikTok that came out. Hey, Blatant Truth, where have you been?
Oh, where you been?
I literally dropped your name at least like alive or two ago. I was like, where's she at? Where's she go? Where's she at? Where's she go? Thank you. Welcome back. We missed you. But yeah, so it reminded me of that TikTok that came out with the girl, the makeup artist that I guess did Ra Ali's makeup and was talking about how she had her borrowing her earrings and stopping at the store and making her you didn't see that TikTok? And the girl was saying I only got paid $85 to do the makeup. And then she asked me to drop her off at the airport, had me rolling her suitcases to the car. Just like, and she was like, and I don't know why I kept saying yes.
$85?
And then she said she wouldn't even put the money in her hand. She put it in like her glove, like, the middle console, and didn't give her no extra, no nothing for all the other stuff. Borrowed the girl's earrings for her interview. Like it was.
Did she respond to these allegations?
Well, I won't say Rod didn't respond, but I will say that TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, I gotta send you a video.
Of course they did.
Because they were in the comments talking about something. Oh, it was this 2017 TMZ interview, and they called it out and went and found it and everything. She never dropped the name. It was the internet that went and did they investigate.
They didn't say that it was Riley.
What do you mean? No, the girl never said it was Riley. The internet and the people started researching.
What?
She just said it was a Z-list love and hip hop personality. She never dropped a name, and then the internet started doing their thing.
Oh wow!
The internet be the best detectives in the world,
but always with you ladies in spirit.
Oh, thank you, boo.
Look, I hope glad to have you back. We've been missing you, girl.
Yes, and I hope life, even though it be life, and I hope that it's treating you well, and we all go through our moments. Hopefully, once you get to the other side, everything will be worth it, whatever it is, and we're praying for you, whatever it is. So now, let's get into our new cast of characters. And for all those that are tuning in, if you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button so everybody else knows that we're here and we can get everybody else to join in the chat. Now,
and subscribe button if you haven't already.
If you haven't already subscribed, right?
What you think about this new couple here?
Well, Rick and Sam. I
think the alcohol did a number on him because back in the day he wasn't bad looking, but he looked bad. He doing bad now. He down bad.
Yeah, he down bad. Now, I will say this. I think I have a little bit more hope for this particular couple because
they have a history.
They have a history.
That don't mean nothing. I can tell you from experience.
It gives me, it reminds me a lot of, and I hate to say it, but I feel like they repeat a lot of storylines. It reminds me of Joey and Joey with Melissa and Louie and Melissa. How they had a thing back in the day, and he wasn't
like Lockup.
Yeah, Melissa and Louie, the one that got the nose job. And he was making the pizzas, but they were his high school.
Oh,
she wanted to date him in high school, and he won't really checking for her. And that's what this couple gives me.
God, they really are repeating these people.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's really a repeated storyline.
Jesus Christ.
But we learned that, except I don't think Melissa's an alcoholic. Now, we meet Rick, who has been dating Sam for 3 months.
A lot of difference.
Right. But he's been dating her for 3 months, but apparently they've known each other for years. Like I said, they went to elementary school together.
They reconnected after 35 years.
Right. Dated in high school. He said that after he had gotten a divorce, he, went back out there looking for her. He said, searching. And then he found her. And guess what he found? She was on the jail pen pal website. So he said,
like that sometimes.
So he said, he wrote her a 4-page letter and he enclosed it with a kiss.
No, you did not.
And then, he said, you better get it on time. And so sure enough, she got it on time. And And so, ever since then, they just, been good and, rekindled the relationship. He's shopping with his nieces. Forgive me, I didn't really get their names, but I'm sure
I know one of their names. I know
one was Veronica or something like that.
That's the CEO.
That's the only one I got, right? But she apparently is a correctional officer. So she's questioning whether Samantha is playing him. And she shares her stories about, I looked through all this stuff. The same.
It was given like it was her story. She's like, this is entertainment for me. She was like, I was doing all that stuff.
Right. And then you knew what it was giving me. So you to be the person watching Ayanna on the camera shake her behind at the video visit that she's not supposed to be doing. You the one reviewing that footage. But anyway, she said, I didn't seen it. Rick must have thought he was Mr. Postman. I love that. Good job, Joe. But anyway, yeah, no. So she's a little worried. She thinks that, she tells him she's seen this before, and women be, and men, they be talking to their wives, but then they be having somebody on the side. And he says he don't think that that's an issue. And, then he brings up, they bring up his past alcoholism addiction issues and said, well, doesn't have a DUI problem or something like that? And he was like, yeah, but he doesn't see it as an issue. And obviously they're concerned.
We like to party.
Hey, yeah. And that's what we worried about.
Yeah, they said that's the problem.
And basically the problem. Right. And I think they're worried about them both triggering each other basically at a certain point, and then they gonna end up drinking together. So and then he reveals that he's actually planning to marry her, and they're just
proposed. I think he said he proposed.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, are you? And he was like, no, I know I'm gonna marry her. Like I've told her, and yeah, so I don't know, y'all. Let me know, chat, what y'all think about the Rick and Sam of it all. I actually, like I said, I see it working for a good amount of time, actually. Only because they've been pining for each other so long. And
I wouldn't say pining. He did get married to somebody else. He said it wasn't serious.
But then as soon as he got divorced, he wanted to go back and find her. He makes her sound like she was the one that got away. Literally. Got away and got locked up. But anyway, I'm sorry.
So next up is Joey and Michael. Okay. That's how I feel, blatant truth. I haven't seen enough of them yet. I need some more.
Okay. I got you.
But yeah, next up is Joey and Michael. So Michael calls Joey, he wants the tea. He want to know how things went, you know what I mean, after I talked to their family. He was like, they seem cool. You know what I mean? They ain't give me no problems. I couldn't really hear what was going on, but everything seemed cool. Joey's like, yeah, it got super interesting after the video chat with you. Basically, my sister snitched me out and said I relapsed. You know what I mean? And Michael felt like, he could understand if they was blaming him for that. Joey kind of lied and was like, no, that wasn't the case. Yeah, that was the case. I think you even blamed him too, if I'm not mistaken. But Joey said that he is even worried about himself. He worried about himself getting back on this stuff, dealing with Michael, because this is what he's into. This is what he's doing. And basically is giving I'm a follower and I'm going to do what the hell my man is into. Okay.
My man.
Exactly. So then, he started coughing or whatever. I guess there was like they was spraying pepper spray or whatever. So then he calls him back regular after the video chat. He calls him back regular. And Joey wants the details on when the hell you coming home. He started questioning him, and because apparently, he told him, listen, it'll probably be like a year. But then a year turned into like, oh, maybe another 6 months. Oh, another year. Michael don't like answering no questions. Okay, so he's like, look, you asking me a whole lot of questions. Really, you asking me some stuff you really probably already know the answer to. But he know damn well he don't, because this man might be looking at 6 years. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say he admitted to us.
Yeah, to us.
That he's keeping it a secret from him.
Mm-hmm. And Joey feel like basically that he may be keeping it a secret because he's worried that he's gonna leave. And Joey's like, and that is a possibility if it's too long, and that's why he's pulling your ass on a damn string, because it's more time than what you think, boo. What time?
It gives me the vibe that Joey's love language is physical touch, and right now he is not getting touched. Okay, and he is not going to wait to be touched.
We don't know what happened outside these cameras. You heard him talk about his whole days.
Right. I look, let me read these comments. Blatant Truth said, oh, she already said I haven't seen enough of them. But oh girl, last one. I can't remember her name right now. She was pretty back in the day. Sam. Joseph said, I like them so far. It seems to me that Rick just wants that old thing back. Right. I'm getting that vibe too. Blatant Truth also said, I like Joey, but I need him to get a clue. We all do, babe. We all do.
I'm worried for Joey.
I think that I'm more worried because I think that when they don't work out, he's going to spiral.
I'm worried either way because it sounds like I'm going to do whatever my man is into. Whatever he's into, I'm going to do it. So, and we know he's a habitual drug addict. He's gone to jail numerous times. So if he come home and do it again, well, he's already relapsed. So whether they break up or stay together, I'm worried for Joey.
Let's pray for Joey, y'all. All right. Then we get into good old Chef Shanta and Chef True. Okay. Now we see that he is showing off his prison kitchen and his skills. I'm like, they giving them what he said, squid. I said, they giving him calamari over there in prison.
Girl, depend on the prison chair. Some of them is better than others. You know what though? How do you feel about True?
I don't trust him.
You don't trust him?
He gives me the vibe he's with her for what he can get. Like, even with because she's clearly a like she stacks up her money, she does her thing. Like, he gives me the vibe that he's just with her for a come up, is what I'm getting. Thank you, Blatant True. Shanta looked like his mama. That part. What is it? No, he's only 31 and she's 35. But yeah, she do.
So I'm not gonna lie. The first episode I did, I felt like that, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of dope that she expressed, I want to open up a restaurant. I want us to do this together, whatever. And he's locked up, but he took a class so that he can learn how to, cook or whatever and help her out and be a part of. I don't know. I just thought it was dope that he even took the initiative versus it being like, yeah, this is something that you're going to work. I clearly monetarily, yes, she's going to do it. But I thought it was dope that he took the initiative to even kind of hop on the bandwagon and be like, this is something we can do together and actually do it together versus that's your plan, that's you, and I'm just here to collect.
I can appreciate that, but what it was for me is when they got on that call and the first thing he said was, how long is this going to take us to make a profit?
I thought that was a valid question.
It's a valid question, but
you're talking to a restaurant advisor. You want advisement on the business. So I thought that was a valid question. How long are we going to be in business? And plus, I'm coming home from nothing. Well, after being locked up for 12 years? Was he the 12 years? Being locked up for 12 years.
He was locked up for like 12 years.
I want to provide for my family or, be able to provide, period. So if this is something I'm investing my time in and I'm even taking classes for it, I want to know how long we can flip a profit. I thought that was a valid question.
I just felt like he was trying to jump to the money a little too fast.
That's the point of starting a business.
Especially when it's not his money. If she would have asked that, I would have understood a little better.
But she didn't, so he had to take the initiative.
Okay. Nell sees it differently. I still think he out here looking.
I'm not saying that he's not. What I'm saying is, I like that he took the initiative.
He gives me the vibe that he would be good enough, long enough for them to get married and for him to take half her money.
He would be in it for the long haul. It wouldn't be no quick. Yeah.
Right.
That he could play the game, but
I'm just saying.
I think if that's the case, then he could fool a lot of people. Okay, but
so basically, she does go talk to Fanny, who happens to be a restaurant advisor. She has her own business. Now Shanta was thinking it was going to take about $100K for her to open up this restaurant, and her plan was to start off with at least $25K. But then we learned, I guess, this is where the money went missing. And she just lets us know in the beginning that it was stolen from her. We later learned that I think her brother's name was Fred.
Was it a brother or a cousin?
I thought it was a brother.
I know it was Fred. I know it was Fred.
But
it was the brother. Yeah, it was the brother.
Yeah, her brother Fred apparently was also locked up with True. That's how they met. Mm-hmm. And he kind of like hooked them up or whatever. And so I guess when he came home, she let him stay with her, and then she said the money just went missing. Now, as we know, Nels talked about it. She gets a call from True while she's meeting with restaurant advisor. He asked about how long it's going to take to make a profit, and he hopes that they'll be able to, their business is popping. We hope we'll be able to do it in a couple months. And that's what I said, you're looking for quick and fast, easy return. And that's not what in almost any business you have to, it takes money to make money. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like, again, he was too invested for it not to be.
Well, when you say 2 years though, like you're hoping to I would be on the same thing. Like, damn, like 2 years do sound like a lot.
Okay. So then basically Fanny, once she gets off the phone with am I frozen?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I can hear you though.
I know, but let me hit the camera so I can stop sitting up there with that face. So no, basically Fanny tries to talk some sense into her and says, hey girl, I understand you might love this man, but I think that you need to protect yourself and do
this on your own.
Basically handle your own business. And she's not really sure what to think about it, but she does receive the advice. And then she goes to visit her brother Fred because she want to talk about how she gonna get her money back. And they've been distant since he stole the money from her, but he says that he denies having any involvement in taking her money. And then True ends up calling in the middle.
But the only people that was there at the house was him and the kids. And he knew about the safe.
Right. So True calls. He wants to know when he gonna get the money when he gonna give his sister her money back as well. He's like, I know. And then the brother, which was really weird, he said, I never took anything, but I do have something for you when you get home. And I was confused because I was like, well, why are you giving money back if you never took it?
Well, he said that he didn't take the money from her, but he said for him, he got something for him when he come home. He's like, oh, it's not much. Because that's what friends and family do when you come home from jail. I got, I put a little something away for you to help you get on your feet or whatever, help you whatever when you get home.
Oh, really? Do I need to go to jail? Because I don't think,
that's not always the case.
Yeah. Okay. I was just saying.
It's nice when people do it. It's nice when people do
it. Joe said Shanta seems to have a good heart, but she also seems to be a pushover sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blatant Truth said Fred over there.
I said the same thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Fred over there scamming his job with that foot injury.
I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering they was gonna talk about how he got a case of something open, but they ain't going into it.
But yeah, so no, and basically that was pretty much. You have anything else to add with Shanta and True?
Well, with Shanta and True, I do know after she got off the phone with True, he was kind of like, basically, I know him better than you do, and you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. And then she was like, well, if that's the case, then why you hooked me up with him? Oh, well, I'm surprised it even lasts this long because, you don't mess around. But my thing is, are you saying that because True was trying to get in that ass and he coming home soon? And he going to be beefing if you don't get back that money? Or is that for real?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little funny.
Well, thank you guys for hopping in and joining us and giving us your thoughts as well. We really, really do appreciate it.
Child, Joseph, that's because he's still in the jail frame of mind. But
it didn't even come up for me yet because
It said, why did Fred look like a Mac Daddy with Stacey Adams shoes on and a cane in his hand?
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, Fred said, I'm out here and I'm getting it. But yeah, y'all. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week for another recap of the love that happens during the lockup. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.